Well, it's a tired adage when it comes to actors. When it comes to auditioning, say yes and figure out how to later. Now, when it comes to working with horses, actors in Winnipeg won't have to figure it out later. They can learn it right now with a new course offered by coaches Onalee Ames and Izzy Biron. The duo joins us in the Classic 107 studios to talk more about this learning opportunity. Nice to see you both.
Yeah,
Hello.
hi. Happy Halloween,
Happy
everybody.
Halloween. Maybe let's start with you here, Onalee.
Yeah.
How often do you see opportunities with horses come up for aspiring actors who are just trying to get their foot in the door here in the city of Winnipeg?
All the time. We do so much Hallmark, and we have all kinds of people out there wrangling horses and bringing horses and doing stuff. And as the industry has been growing, there's been more and more opportunity for that. And it's all over the world, wherever you go. I know actors in Vancouver and LA, and one of the questions a lot of the time is, have you ridden a horse and can you ride a horse?
Wow.
And people usually lie. Sometimes they lie.
And then
They're in trouble. They get there and they're in trouble.
I would imagine in your career, you've also seen people get caught in that lie.
I have.
Oh, goodness. Well, luckily we have the solution for folks here this morning. Izzy, when it comes to actors learning these kinds of skills, or even worse, when they try to fake it, what are some of the common pitfalls that people can face when they try to act with horses?
You can fall on your face real quick in this industry. You better live up to the words. You better walk the talk. I'm telling you.
Okay, so you better walk the trot.
Walk the trot.
There we go.
Exactly.
There we go. I'll take it and run with it. So then when it comes to this training, how are you all helping folks, to not fall and make sure that they look successful, not only in the moment as they're riding the horse, but also that they look good on camera?
Well, we are really fortunate with lately with us falling into business with each other, because where Onalee keeps her horses at Misty River Ranch, I have a full-blown lesson program for people to learn how to ride right from the word go. So taking all these actors who really want to express some more interest in their acting on horses, I can get them on horses nice and safely and give them the chance to be able to walk the talk.
Aha. So for that opportunity to learn how to actually ride, what are some of the skills then that you need to act on a horse, Onalee? In other words, like we spend all this time as performers thinking about how do we ground ourselves? How do we get the best, most realistic, rooted performance that we can? A lot easier said and done, that I would imagine, when you are on a horseback and you're trying to figure these things out for the first time. What are some of the skills that people will need to ground themselves as they act on a horse that hopefully you're also able to teach in this course?
I think it starts with the safety first and feeling like let's just start with being around a horse. So we're bringing in a specialist, Karen Sandin, in town, who does a lot of the massage therapy and has a school for teaching. And she'll do sort of a grounding join up with horses at first. So we'll be in a barn and everybody will be sitting and just get used to being around horses.
The energy.
And you're going to be able to have this class before you ride in the afternoon, in the morning, where the horses' heads they're going to get very comfortable just having a class in a barn with horses around you. I mean, that in itself too is spectacular. Like, I would die to do that years ago. Like, we've kind of made this dream course of what I would have loved, 15 years ago.
And you don't even have to get on the horses. Just feeling the energy beside them, it can be so overwhelming sometimes. And just being able to just relax and do your scenes just even beside a horse and just feeling comfortable being there.
I would imagine also that being beside horses, like there's this whole field of equine therapy, for example, that there is like a certain... There's a unique grounding that comes with that kind of an opportunity as well. There's a therapeutic element to working alongside horses.
I did my equine therapy. I have horses, which is why I'm so interested in this. And I did my equine therapy learning at a course in Calgary during COVID.
Wow.
And so I was one of the first acting programs that they were working with in the world that was going to marry all these things. So we have a plan to not only do this course where you sort of end up doing a scene on a horse by the end of the day, and we're going to do even more with that. So therapeutically, working around horses and with horses, because as an acting coach, I do I help people with their emotional states and get rid of blocks. Like that's essentially what I do for a living.
And even though I'm the riding instructor, I have been able to take a lot from the acting and the being able to let go of my voice and get more open and just like, just let it all out, let it all go. And it's actually made me a better rider because of it.
I was just going to say, because like if you have that amount of confidence in that kind of a skill, then you're able to translate that more into a confident scene, for instance, that you might be filming. When you're watching TV or film with horses in them, Izzy, are you also analyzing the things that people are doing when they are on horses? And like, what kind of things are you then watching for to see, okay, that person knows what they're up to?
I'm right in there. I'm like, are they getting led by someone right now and they're just zooming in really close to fake the fact that they're not riding this horse? Or are they actually able to manage the riding and still think outside the box and be able to recite their lines in their head and manage to control an animal at the same time? I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
So I always look at those angles of the camera when they're starting to film with horses, and I'm like, what kind of tricks are they doing here to make all this work? And I think the more you can get these actors riding on their own accord, the more real it feels and the more in tuned in the movie you feel.
So that's an incredibly specialized skill to be able to develop for actors of all abilities as well, either whether you've been doing this for a long time or whether you're just starting out in the acting field. It occurs to me, Onalee, that this might be a skill that people will be able to use to add to their resume and say, I can absolutely do this, and it helps to get that foot in the door for all of the aspiring film and TV actors that are using this kind of thing. What does this kind of a thing do for an actor to help them get a leg up and get into the saddle, pardon the expression?
I think, look, my career, I started out in Vancouver and I lived in LA. I've lived all over the world to act. And, my claim to fame is that I was open to going through doors that maybe I thought, like I did stand-up comedy, and Seth Rogen and I did stand-up comedy in a comedy course. He started that weekend with me, and the two of us were asked to do comedy on Friday night. It's the same thing. And once I started doing stand-up comedy, I was never going to be some huge stand-up comic because it wasn't in my blood the same, but it opened other doors because energy shifted, and I was open and I was happy and I was enjoying myself. And all of a sudden this career thing that you hold on so tightly to sort of get to became fun. And as soon, it's like losing your keys, and the harder you look for them, the worse things get.
Yes.
But as soon as you go, whatever, I'll take a cab, you find your keys. It's the same adage with acting and creativity. And
I think it's just, in the end, just becoming a jack of all trades and just being super hireable and well-liked and well-rounded and wanted more and more. With
Izzy was on the Pinkertons, right? Riding stunt horses. So she's already worked, on set with horses and just had a part in a movie from training at the studio, and just got a part in a movie from just opening her mind to, I'm like, just come to the studio and just like, let's have some fun with acting. And she's like, well, it's winter, we'll ride horses in the day and we'll act at night. And then she's in a movie already, right? So it's kind of crazy.
It's opened up my mind, and it's made me more expressive. And I just came back from Calgary from the Royal West, and I ended up getting gold for the meter 30 Canadian Championships.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So there's so much to break down within all of that, but I love this image of openness and being open to trying these different things. And it occurs to me that even if somebody may not have like lofty film aspirations or something like that, that this is a great opportunity as well for people to go and find an avenue to building confidence that then they can take into whatever they fill their days with.
Horses changed my life. Like they changed my life. They have changed my career. They have changed how I am. And I believe that just being in their space, it shifts something in humans. And so anybody that is in their heart at all, this is something for them. This is something for anybody. You don't just have to want to be a professional actor. It's also a fun thing, and it's safe, and it's not something that you have to know, going in, I have to already be an actor. I already have to. No, you don't. You just have to want to show up and have a really beautiful day. with us.
Yes, come and join
Yeah,
us.
you
Come
come and
and
join us, yeah.
enjoy the class with us on November 9th at 10 a.m. at Misty River Ranch.
You are beating me to all the details here. This is fantastic. But
I'm just so excited for this class, and I can't wait. And I want to share it with everybody.
Yeah.
the energy is radiating out through the airwaves right now. So once again, that is on November the 9th, this course through Onalee Ames and Izzy Biron. That is taking place at the Misty River Ranch just outside of Grand Point. I think 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to link to all the information for how you can register at our website a little bit later on today, classic107.com, and the Classic 107 app, including the email address to get your information in and registered. Onalee Ames and Izzy Biron, I think that you've brought more sunlight into the studio than what the sunshine on this Halloween
you're
morning
so
has done.
lovely.
Oh, you guys,
you
I
are.
can only blush so hard. Thank you so much for joining us here
Well,
in
thanks
the
for
Classic
having us.
107
Thanks. Everybody have a
studios.
happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.